In the grim darkness of the 41st millennium, there is only war and emotional baggage. So much emotional baggage that it requires its own cargo hauler. They said if women ruled the world, there would be no war. The year is 4042. The Emperor is gone. In her place now stands the Empress Eternal. Divine. Radiant. Absolutely unbothered. OF detected. Opinion rejected. She unified Terra, burned heretics, and still had time for a 9-hour council meeting where nobody made a decision but everyone shared their feelings. The meeting minutes were 847 pages long and mostly consisted of, as I was saying before, I was interrupted. The Adeptus Astartes? Gone. Say hello to the Adepta Extra. Genetically enhanced post-goddesses with power armor, attitude, and absolutely no tolerance for bad energy. Their battle cry? Not today, Satan. Not today. Each battle sister comes equipped with a bolter, a chainsword, and the ability to remember exactly what you said 3 centuries ago when you were having a bad day. The Sisters of Battle are no longer just warriors, they're spiritual influencers. Flame-throwing theologians who live stream every purge with emotionally charged battle hymns. Their subscriber count is in the trillions, and they've monetized martyrdom. The Codex Astartes is history. Now we follow the Codex of Acceptable Battle Aesthetics, 900 pages detailing exactly when it's appropriate to commit orbital bombardment, and what lipstick shade pairs best with the afterglow. Spoiler alert, it's always crimson. Chapter 47. Alone is dedicated to proper eyebrow maintenance during extended siege warfare, because even in the grim darkness of the far future, your brows need to be on point. War used to be started over resources, power, heresy. Now, someone wore the wrong chapter colors to the Triumph of Vandus, Exterminatus, someone else showed up in the same power armor design, double Exterminatus, and don't even get started on what happened when 2 canonesses wore the same ceremonial tiara to the same crusade. You think the Horus Heresy was bad? Try organizing a sector-wide crusade when Lady General Celestina and Canoness Ophelia both want the same title, the same battlefield, and they're both convinced the other copied their strategic vision board. The planning phase alone lasted 3 years, not because of logistics, because nobody could agree on the group chat name. Instead of grand battle plans, we have subcommittees, each with internal power struggles. Each one convinced the other is leaking intel to the Necrons because someone definitely saw someone else talking to a cryptech at that party on Cadia. You know the one. The Adeptus Mechanicus tried to stay neutral, but even they got dragged in when someone hacked their sacred algorithms to autocorrect Omnissiah to, oh my gosh, Sharon. The Empress doesn't speak, not because she's too divine, because she knows the drama unfolds better when she stays silent and lets everyone self-destruct. She's mastered the ancient art of strategic silence and devastating side-eye. Her silence is louder than an orbital lance, her absence at a war meeting, a political earthquake, her presence at a war meeting, also a political earthquake, but with better lighting. Was that Exterminatus because of a heretical uprising? Someone shared a chaos meme in the official Vox channels with the caption, "Big Mood," and 3 crying laughing emojis. The planet was cleansed within the hour. The Inquisition now has a dedicated social media heresy division. Their motto, "Screenshots are forever, but so is the Emperor's judgment." The Departamento Munitorum has been restructured into a lifestyle brand. Rations are now gluten-free, organic, and somehow still taste like cardboard, but aesthetic cardboard. Lasguns come in 6 seasonal color palettes, but Emperor help you if your armor isn't regulation matte black during Lent. The Commissariat now includes a wellness officer whose job is to make sure everyone's trauma is properly processed before they're assigned to their next suicide mission. Supply lines are slower than ever, but every drop pod now has an espresso machine, mood lighting and motivational quotes etched into the hull. Priorities. Also, the drop pods are now called descent pods because drop sounded too aggressive. Orcs have invaded 3 sectors, but they're being ignored because the High Ladies are still in a cold war over who stole whose crusade plan and rebranded it as a Vision Quest. The Orcs are honestly confused. They came here for a fight and instead got a front row seat to a passive-aggressive email chain that's been going for 6 months. The Orcs tried to join the argument, but their messages kept getting marked as spam because they used too many capital letters and explosion emojis. Now include social anxiety and decision paralysis. Khorne's Blood Rage has been rebranded as Righteous Indignation with follow-through, and Slaanesh, Well, Slaanesh is basically running a galaxy-wide influencer network at this point. Victory isn't about survival anymore, it's about looking absolutely iconic in your victory hollows. If you didn't livestream the Purge, did you even smite anyone? The Adeptus Astropathicus now has a dedicated department for battle photography and caption writing. Gone are the days of stoic sacrifice, now it's passive aggression, cold vengeance, and mandatory vibe checks before battle deployment. Every squad now has a designated feelings validator. No, I'm not upset, I'm just confused why you'd burn that planet when I clearly marked it as maybe later on the Shared Crusade spreadsheet. The one I sent to everyone, the one with color coding, the one you said you'd look at. No, it's fine, it's totally fine. I just thought we trusted each other enough to discuss major strategic decisions before implementing them. But what do I know? I'm only a planetary governor. The new Imperial Guard handbook includes an entire chapter on constructive conflict resolution and a glossary of passive-aggressive phrases with their tactical translations. They said women wouldn't start wars, and they were right until someone brought up their ex-boyfriend who turned to chaos. Now half the galaxy is burning because apparently Kevin from basic training thought he was too good for the Imperial Guard and had to go join a chaos cult instead. The other half is burning because someone's sister-in-law made a comment about power armor fit at the family reunion, and honestly, some things cannot be forgiven. Now, the galaxy burns. Not in cold logic, not in strategic precision, but in divine fury, emotional vendettas, and fashion-forward vengeance. Also, surprisingly effective administrative reorganization. The Imperium's customer service has never been better though. They actually respond to complaints now, even if the response is usually orbital bombardment. This is not your father's Imperium, this is your mother's Imperium, and she's disappointed in how messy you left the galaxy. Do you see this? Do you see what happens when she leaves you in charge for 5 minutes? This is the age of Wamperium, where the Emperor protects, but the Empress corrects, and she keeps receipts. In this galaxy, there is only war and vibes, but mostly vibes. Really intense, complicated vibes that require a flowchart to navigate. Coming soon, Codex Supplement, Emotional Warfare Edition, pre-order now, and receive a complimentary set of passive-aggressive prayer beads and a guide to interpreting meaningful silences during battle briefings. Remember, in the Wamperium, nobody is ever fine. And that's exactly how the Empress likes it.